Well, how y'all are this afternoon? This is your buddy George Jones over at the Alberga Gun Range on a beautiful spring day, about 75 degrees outside. Um, they had me scheduled for a hospital procedure today, and then they decided to do it another day. And I'm like, okay, that shot my day. Let's go to the range and make a video I've been wanting to make for some time now. The video I've been wanting to make for some time now is basically talking about my love for this, the Ruger Mark II. So we're going to talk about Ruger Mark IIs a little bit, going kind of a little bit deeper on them. First, I want to talk about the fan chute. That's the chute that we have every year at Knob Creek in support of the channel, that fans can come out and shoot their guns on Knob Creek Gun Range. That will be May the 10th from 9 until they run us off on the lower range. What you do, Google it. If you've never been there, Google Knob Creek Gun Range. You show up at the main building, you go in, you pay your individual range fee, which covers the insurance, keeps me from having to carry insurance on the event, and get your hand stamped and get and sign the liability waiver book. Okay? Standard range procedure all over the country. Then you'll be directed to go down the hill, and they'll direct you where to go, and there'll be signs and arrows pointing around, and bring what you want to shoot, and you'll be free to shoot other people's stuff. Just ask. You might compensate the guy for his ammo if you shoot a lot, but mostly that doesn't happen. You know, people bring stuff, they bring guns and ammo to be shot. You know, they bring guns and ammo to show off their guns to other people. We'll have 40 pounds of tannerite. We'll have at least one old car to blow to pieces. We'll have longer range steel targets, big enough to shoot at with a 50 BMG if you want to. We'll probably have 2 or 3 people there with 50 caliber, BMG caliber rifles. 1 or 2 guys will show up with sub guns, you know, and it's kind of a free for all, and have fun. Myself, Nick Saylor, Ed Jones, you see on this channel all the time. You see Nick all the time. And hopefully Ian Vanderwall will be our operational range officers for the event. NRA certified guys, and as well as law enforcement training agency certified people. We will have a paramedic on staff. We will cater. We will have a porta-john. We will cater. It'll be from Dodge's store, fried chicken and all the fixings and so forth, like we did last year, and like that. And it's in there. We'll shoot from 9 o'clock in the morning until they come down the hill and run us off. That's enough. Knock it off. You guys go home. You know, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. You know, like that. So that's May the 10th of this year. All right, let's get on with the program. One of the guns that I really, really love is this, the Ruger Mark II. I love it so much that I have to have a suitcase to carry the magazines around in. I buy a magazine every time I see one, you know. And I kind of need to because I've got several. So if you like this guy, and if you've got one, you like it. This gun was made, let's try this one. This gun was made from 1982 until 2005. And being out of production now for 20 years, it is still one of the best-selling guns Ruger ever produced. I mean, if you've got one of these guys, you want to get rid of it for I don't know what kind of reason. You know, as soon as your neighbor finds out that you've got one for sale, he's bought it. These guys lay on a gun show table from opening time till about 15 minutes later, and then they're gone. I've sold one or two of these over the years, put them on consignment with a gun store, and last time I put one on consignment at a gun shop, it sold and we were settling up on it before I could get out the door. It's simply an ultra popular product for Ruger. They sell like nobody's business. It's one of the guns you go on Gunbroker looking for one and you can't find one because you didn't get to it fast enough. Okay? What makes it special? Well, what makes it special is extreme reliability. It is it's not the clean, elegant gun that a high standard is, or a Colt Woodsman, or a Model 41 Smith, or, something of that nature. It's kind of different in its design. It looks like a cross between a Nambu and a Lottie, or whatever you want to call it, where it's got an internal bolt inside of a tubular receiver. The grip angle is Luger-ish. Of course, it has to be. The reason why you see a steep grip angle in a 22 pistol of this size is because of this. That's got to be in there at an angle so that the cartridge will feed straight off of it. Okay? It's got to be in there at an angle so that the cartridges, the rims, do not interlock with one another and cause you to have rim lock hang up. Okay? That's the reason why that's always that way. Woodsman, 41, not so much, but inside of it, it's kind of in an angle. And so on and so forth. Okay. Let's shoot it. Let's talk about the magazines for a minute. Okay, so one of the improvements over the Mark II, over the Mark I, and the standard model was the magazine. The magazine capacity went from 8 to 10. It did that by manufacturing a different style of floor plate for the magazine, basically changing the way the spring setup was in it. Now, the old Mark I had the same problem these guys have got. It's thumbbuster magazine. You got to pull that little button all the way down with your thumb and hold it there while you're loading it. I got 26 magazines. That's kind of a pain in the butt, I'll just tell you. But HKS Speed Loader comes out with this little guy about 20 years ago. Oh, it's been longer than that. Comes out with this guy about 25 or 30 years ago. And what it is you just flips over like that, and you can just pull that button down with your thumb and hold it comfortably for a long period of time. Now, HKS made these with a little stud to come down there with a little hook on it that would grab the floor plate. But they made them proprietary. The Woodsman one wouldn't work on the standard model. The standard model one won't work on a high standard. So how do I handle that? Just saw it off there. just saw it off there. Now you can stick that guy on there and pull that guy down and hold it conveniently, And these guys cost about $6 retail. But they're worth every dime of it. I mean, I put ammunition in these desiccant containers, these chemical agent decontamination kit boxes with a gasket in the top of it and a little loop to hold it on something, you know. And I put one of them in every one of these things. And that way I'm never without one, because I got 4 or 5 of these things, and it's like I like to shoot them all the time. At least once a week I'll be over here filling up every magazine. This is one that I just acquired. It's a standard 6-inch. It is adjustable, of course, for windage. So let's shoot it and see how it actually shoots, if we can shoot anything with it. Give me some ear mufflers on. This thing's kind of loud. We'll shoot from the block. You get over here and get the old block out and shoot it. I've never shot this gun before. Just got it over the weekend. Guy called me up and said, "Hey, I've got a Ruger Mark II I'd like to sell." I just hopped in the car and went and got it. All right, let's give it a whirl here. Let's see the hard challenging Mickey Mouse target. Oh, it's moving. It's moving again. Look at that. It's 25 yards at the little 4-inch Mickey Mouse target. It kind of looks like Mickey Mouse. It's one of those Walmart AR-500 targets with the ears on it for you to hang it by something. All right, CO2 bottle bottom. Oh yeah. Chunk of metal. Oh yeah. 10-inch AR-500 disc. Oh yeah. 10-inch square plate. Oh yeah. 8-inch Mickey Mouse on the tri-rack. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this gun shoots good. Let's hit it again. I got another magazine here. Another feature of the Mark II is automatic lockback. We'll get into that in a minute. Or automatic closing. There you go. 4x5 steel plate hanging down there. Yeah, buddy. This guy shoots good. I looked it up. This gun was manufactured in 1982, first year of production, so it's 23 years old. What amazes me is they manufactured this gun only for 23 years. It currently, as a used gun, is more popular than, say, a 2245 or a Mark III or a Mark IV. I mean, if this gun's laying in a gun store shelf and there's a 3 there and a 4 there and they're all comparably priced as used guns, this gun will sell first. Just an amazing thing. This is one of the most loved American-made 22 pistols there ever was. Some improvements under the Mark II is, of course, it has automatic lockback feature. It still retains its heel catch. Now, the Mark III releases with a button and takes a different style magazine. Okay. Now, the old Mark I's and the standard models, you could lock the bolt back. The way you did that was, make sure that guy's empty. The way you did that was you pull back on the bolt and applied the safety. And that would lock the bolt back for maintenance or whatever, show safe and clear or whatever, you know. Yeah, with the innovations of the Mark II, it's far and away better than a Mark I or a standard model. Mark I's, They made the Mark I. They made the standard model from 1947 to 1962, you know. And then they came out with the Mark I and made it all the way up until the early 80s, 81 or something. But when they come out with this guy, they made the best one. Now I've got this one. I got another one at the house that I forgot to bring. I've got this 50-year commemorative 4-inch barrel. Okay. And I've got this thing, which never appeared in their catalog. Yeah. I got this top from Cody Gun when they went out of business. And I had this stainless steel 4-inch barrel job. And I swapped some parts around and created this guy with and applied a Wilson Combat magazine release to it. And it's a great gun. So, all things considered, they're probably the single finest American-made 22 sporting pistol ever made. And they made the Mark I's and the Mark II's in 5.5-inch super bull barrel targets. They made them in 4-inch standard. They made them in 4-inch standard with target sights, and made them with this guy with the common barrel with target sights. They manufactured this thing in all the different configurations in this what's called the semi-bull. It's a little bit thicker than the standard barrel. You know, they call it the semi-bull. And then there's the bull barrel, which is the same diameter as this all the way down. Kind of looks like you got a suppressed gun. That's what it looks like. They're just an outstanding gun. What should you expect to pay? Well, if you go to a gun show or a gun shop and you see one for sale in good condition, this one's in about 85% condition. It's a little skin up, a little beat up looking, but it's functional. You should expect to pay somewhere in the neighborhood of $300 for one used, for the simple reason that every gun seller in the country knows how popular that gun is, and that they'll be beating down his door to get in there to get it when word gets around there's one for sale. All right then, that's about the size of it for the old Ruger Mark II. I'm going to do some more recreational shootating and call it a day. But God bless America. God bless each and every one of us. God bless Donald Trump. Join the NRA. They're under much better management nowadays, and there's a lot of so-called firearms associations out there that are actually not working in your better interest. That's a fact. That's an absolute fact. I've been to several classes, not telling them who I was or nothing like that, several classes that the USCCA have put on, you know, and I was underwhelmed, let's put it that way. The last one I went to, I said, well, can you define, I asked the instructor straight out, I said, can you define the definition of deadly physical force in the Commonwealth of Kentucky? Or tell me where it's found in statute so I can look it up myself. And he looked at me like I was an idiot. Okay? It's found in Kentucky Revised Statute 503050. And it's defined as force when directed at the body of another with the capability or intent of creating serious bodily injury or death. KRS, yeah, just look it up. It couldn't define force in itself. I couldn't define wanton endangerment. You know, these are things you teach students so that they'll understand the use of force laws before they go to using them. Nothing. Big blank. Nothing there. I'm not telling you need to take a class from me. I currently don't even offer one. But these are the things an instructor and the uses of force should be teaching. And they look at me like I'm an idiot. Or like I'm some kind of a plant, which, for my own purposes, I am. All right, then. Like to take Sheriff by commentating, some scribble, leave me a little $1 in the Patreon bucket if you want to, and if you don't, well, I'll keep right on making content for you. Well, we'll see y'all when we see you. Bye now.